I had to do this, man. It's I got inspired by a friend of mine, and I had the chance to think about some of the things that we see in dating, right? And we have like so many dating coaches. We have so many people telling us about, you know, what we should do when it comes to approaching women, when it comes to how to boost up your confidence, how to do a whole lot of things. And more often than not, it feels like you are being trained to be a salesman. Because, like, what is the difference between the art of seduction versus the language of love? What is love? Most people, they'll tell you that love doesn't exist. Love is just is this emotion that is surreal. It's like an itch. It doesn't matter anything of that sort, right? But what seduction is an imitation of love, in a sense. It's the ability to bring forth this natural emotion, but in a more alchemist sort of way. So you've learned to enhance certain reaction from another person. And more often than not, it doesn't come across as being genuine or even natural. What I mean by this, right? So when it comes to the art of seduction, we teach our young men and women on how to play game, on how to have one up another, you know? Like, well, if you want to get the bad broads, you gotta have this car, you gotta have this amount of money, you gotta look this sort of way, you gotta, peacock and cold approach and doing this and doing that. Yes, to a certain degree, it works, especially when it comes to the hookup culture. It works, definitely. But coming across someone that you're them, you are simply trying to be yourself. You are simply trying to feel comfortable in your own skin, and then having that person not only accept who you are, but also enjoy the fact that you are being yourself, the fact that you are natural in your own skin. It's a big difference. So when we're looking at, let's say, potential partners, right? That are playing game. Well, first let's go back. Um, Growing up, let's say when you hit your teenage years and all the way up to your 20s and stuff, right? These are some of the most crucial time in your life because this is where you are shaping your adulthood for the next 20 to 20 to 40 years, right? So therefore, your environment plays a huge role on how you might become or the type of person you might become in life. Because this is where, as a kid, you have plenty of potential. You know, let's say you whatever your passion is, you can become great at it because that's when you can afford to take as much risk as possible. Whether you want to become a skateboarder, whether you want to become a great artist, whether you want to become a rapper, so you have the power to fail at so many things when you're young. And this is the part where your parents also should take a crucial role in guidance and teaching you discipline. And it's not enough to have a passion. It's not enough to have a skill, to be skillful at something, but you also got to have the discipline to pursuing those talents. That's why over time, when you have someone who is talented, gets taken over by someone who is persistent. So now, those who doesn't have, let's say, the um, sometimes we have to be the one that break the cycle, the generational curse of our parents. So our workload sometimes is pretty hard, right? And as we become our own person, we start to shape our own reality into what we believe a functioning member of society should be. So our perception sometimes get blinded by what is true or what we believe to be true. So we are told that in order for us to succeed in life, we have to be willing to take advantage of other people. We are told that that's the way of capitalism. We are told that um, caring for someone else is a sucker move. We are told that the ability to see potential in someone from a long-term perspective is a sucker move. We are told a whole bunch of shit. We are told that to only see advantages only for the self. We are told a whole bunch of shit. We always try to get one up another. So then we take these type of mentality onto the dating scene. As a matter of fact, that's probably where it originated from. You know, say that as a man, you got your heart broken. So what do? Now, from now on, you try to become that heartbreaker. You try to pass on that pain which you felt at the time onto others. And then those you pass on those pain to, they themselves then try to become heartless, just like you. So, and the cycle continues. So the dating scene becomes more and more obscure, more and more obscene, more and more bleak, more fucked up than the previous generation. But what usually happens when somebody decides to just walk away from all these games, walk away from all these drama, and just take more of a observer's approach? You start to step back and actually try to pay more attention to your bullshit meter. You try to find out not what a person is telling you, but what a person is not saying. Do you know that body language makes up about 80% of all conversations? And yes, that can be used for a lot if you are a pickup artist. You can actually use body language to your advantage to give us sort of clues to actually be able to read certain attraction in women and vice versa. So it's a tool. Knowing these information, you can use it for good or you can also use it for evil. But what about certain subtle cues that you should be paying attention to? Like when I talked to my friend earlier, he was explaining to me that I don't want to give too much away because that's personal. But one of the things that he kind of noticed with this girl that he was talking to is like she had this car she had a car for like a very long time, like for since high school, and she kept it, she maintained it, and then she's not shallow, and it's kind of amazing because most guys don't care about shit like that. Most guys wouldn't even think about like, wow, you not like this itself, right? How you could, read it, how you can interpret it, the fact that someone that, yeah, had plenty opportunity to actually get another car or, fucking finance something or whatever the case may be, right? A car note. And it shows that that person is not impulsive. That person is willing to maintain what he or she has. It's like, yeah, I have something that might not be the next best thing, or what, something that everybody regarded as the top of the line bullshit, all the facade. I got something that is mine. I'm gonna preserve it. I'm gonna work at it. I'm gonna make sure that it works. So I'm gonna put in the effort, get the oil change on time, maintain that shit, keep the car running smoothly and all that stuff, right? It's these little things. Like, it's funny, right? Because one of the things that my girl said to me once was, because when I was younger, I used to eat Taco Bell like all the fucking time, and I mean all the time. Like, I don't know. I guess my stomach was made out of steel or something. We all know those who eat Taco Bell and stuff like that, right? You gotta have a bathroom near, within like an hour from now after you eat it. But I used to eat Taco Bell all the time, right? And it's funny because she picked up on that. She translated that shit as if like, my commitment to, even though like Taco Bell is junk food, right? But the fact that I stick with just one food, one type of food, that shows commitment. And I didn't even think about it this way. Because to me, it's like, well, I mean, what's the point of me just keep hopping from one junk food to the next junk food to the next junk food? They're all junk food. I might as well find me a junk food that I like and stick with it, right? So to me, I didn't really think of it like, I didn't overthink it that, it meant something. But to someone who's paying attention, that stood out. Just like when I used to chill with her, the fact that she would constantly offer to, let's say if I'm picking her up and stuff like that, her job, she would constantly ask, to make me a pizza or something, or put gas in my car, or even like if I decline to all this shit, we would pull over to a diner and she would then try to pay, insist of trying to pay. So it's like, in these little subtle cues that to others you might not want to pay attention, but to me it fucking stood out. Like, oh, cool. It's like, it shows that that person is not just there. Like, she's enjoy your company and she actually value your time, and she's willing to actually meet you halfway. And it is some of these things that I'm talking about. Like, a lot of time when guys, right, when they're talking about dating, or when they're talking about the person that they like, or they try to get with, a lot of time they mention artificial stuff. You know, her ass is this fat, her titties this big, you know, um, she's this curvy, and she's a whole bunch of shit that's even though, okay, it's important, but they made it the top priority. And the thing is, when it comes to, let's say you just try to fuck or you just try to smash, then yeah, these things will always be important. But if this is the most important thing to you, then you cannot complain afterward that you cannot find good quality women, because you never had took the time to pick upon those subtle cues that would display those qualities upon the women that you're seeking. Yes. You can never judge a book by its cover, but sometimes the cover must be appealing to you. And that's why beauty is important. But once you pick up that book and then you read through it, then it gotta have something that keeps you involved, that keeps you engaged in this book, and not just the cover, not just the pretty artwork on the cover. So it's the same thing. Like your ability to see those subtle cues that display the qualities of that person which you are talking to. It goes beyond the art of seduction because it's not about you try to put on your best salesman hat in order to seduce that person. Nah, you are now. It's like in a way you're interviewing this person. Is she good enough to become part of my journey? Is she good enough to become part of my inner circle? Is she does she display the characteristic that I would actually be able to enjoy her company for years to come? Is she smart? Is she accountable for her fucking actions? If she's wrong, will she admit it? Will she be able to support me? Will she be able to look out for my best interests? Will she be able to stand up to me and actually let me know when I'm wrong? All these things are important. The art of seduction will tell you that this is how you get her to get in your pants. Right? This is how you get in her pants. This is what you're supposed to say when she said this. This is what you're supposed to say. So it sounds so calculated. I got this watch, so then therefore bitches already know I'm rich without me having to say anything. I got this car, so then my car can talk for me, so I don't have to say anything. But when you beyond all this bullshit, when you're not trying to impress her, you are simply trying to get into her mind. You're simply trying to actually discover the many layers that she has. You don't have time to play game. And if she's an intelligent person, if she's a really smart girl, she's also not gonna try to play game with you neither. She's gonna try to see what you're all about. She's gonna try to find out what is your hobby, what is your passion, how do you react when you get mad? Will you be able to stand up to her? Will you be able to comfort her? How do you treat your parents? How do you see people around you? How do you treat people around you? What are your potential? See, like I was made fun before, right? Because when I met my girl, I was really young. So it's kind of like I got married when I was 24. So it's kind of like leaving the party at 10 o'clock. Right? That's one of the things that one of my friend asked me was like, "Yo, is being married at 24 is like leaving the party at but is like leaving the party at 9 or 10 o'clock?" I was like, "Nah, it's kind of like leaving the party before people get so drunk they start throwing up on each other." So it's funny because I said that I never had a what if girl. A what if girl is more like, a girl that you really like when you were younger, but for some odd reason, like it never went further. Like it didn't work, whether it didn't work out or things got in the way. So then therefore years down the line, on your 30s or even on your 40s or 50s, you're contemplating, what if I have gotten with this girl? I never have that. I already got my what if girl. You know, I got with the person that I am very content with. That I know that, like, without her, my life would have been different. I don't think I would be as happy as I am today. But it's not something that came overnight. It wasn't like I had to work at it, just like she had to work at it. We had to bump heads. We had to find out exactly what makes us tick, what makes us explode, you know? And it's funny because, like, we can be each other's best friend or each other's greatest enemy. Why make enemies when we can make friends? So, and it's that thing that, like, you have a vision in mind and you have that standard, you have that moral compass that you will not compromise that to anyone. So then, therefore, when you find that person that share your values, that share your goals, that share your life, that want to actually share your life's journey, that's when you know you're in love, man. Other than that, everything else is infatuation. Those dating coach will teach you how to get laid, but they cannot teach you how to have a strong foundation for your relationship. That's the difference between the art of seduction and the language of love. It's Art Banaka. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Oh yeah, and shout out to all you guys. I know Christmas is coming. JJ Wilson, John Hurst, Owlin Fantastic, Kim, Stephen Rose, Penny, Lady DR, Xtina, all you guys. And those will be coming on those will be coming to my comment sections. All you guys, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Have fun. And yes, how can I forget my baby Siri? All right, mwah. Love you, babe. So yeah, share, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.